Welcome back, Captain. Anyway, I don't really know what is supposed to show him. What's that? It's Kazuma diary. Just before he died, Kazuma-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. You say so? Strange? In what way? I absolutely have no idea. He wrote what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? That is strange. Yes, we're still trying to work out what he meant by that, but it's like, no it is, I would like to know this. And tell me, the ventilator, is it? You're very astute, Inspector. That ventilator clearly joins the next door cabin. That's right, so if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out that... what spectacle band was it? Alright then. Can leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain gave me a strict order to guard the scene of the crime, you see. Well, I guess. I have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Are you going against his direct order? I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I will lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi safe. It's the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment, then, Naruhodo-san. Just select move, just select move, and we can leave this cabin at last. Move. Alright, let's see what we can... Just select move. Just move, Jesus Christ. So we can move. Why there's a mousetrap there? Phew, I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spatial out there than I thought it would be, and this is the most luxurious accommodation. Yes, indeed. Wait, what? Was being sent to this territory by the government. But why he was being put up in the first class? That's why he was being put up in the first class cabin. So, even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in the steerage. Really? That must be awful. Oh, look over there. There's another crewman keeping a watch. He looks enormous if he's sitting down. The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodation, so he's making sure that no one comes in who shouldn't be, I guess. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Naruhodo-san, you're like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. We'll have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been to sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yes, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please don't give me that pitying look. Okay, how do I move? With B, right? Q? What the hell? Examine, sorry. BM, right? Oh, there it is. Why there's a trap here? A trap for cash mice. Why not? Yes, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lamp of chalk. What? Lamp of chalk something as a bait? A lamp of chalk? Chalk? What chalk? What? Why chalk? Does that actually work? I was looking at chalk? Is that what I think is there? Chalk? The one you use to write or write? Or what? Let me see. Yes, I think that's what is called cheese. Chalk, okay, it's made for the milk of cows. Cheese. Ah, I forgot in Japan cheese does not exist. I wonder what that tastes like. You can eat it, Naruto. I thought I will snapshot your finger. Really? But, I suppose you're right. Why you want to eat cheese? That was used as a mousetrap. You weren't actually going to try it, were you? All I have to eat for the past couple of weeks is Kazuma leftovers. I don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. I'll find a little snack for you later. As a third class, wouldn't you receive more stuff? This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-san wrote he saw a Speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Oh. Okay, sailor. Excuse me, we need to get inside this cabin, we hear. Oh, he teleported there, he was quite fast. This sailor eye speaks volumes, they're clearly saying, keep out. That's what I wrote on the sign we put over the wardrobe doors. Although this man's version is definitely more effective. Doesn't look like he's going to let us pass. Huh. That's a problem. That is a problem. What do? We lay the trap? We shout alarm? What do you think it is? It's a very pleasing shape, is it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. Looks as though these set alarm bells ringing all over the ship. And brings the vessel to a complete stop. Oh, these I have to see. What are you doing, Naruto? You must have touched it. But it's an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. You know, full well that is not what alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop. Ship included. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. Shame. I had a plan. That was the plan. There's a huge book of the table there. There's a pen next to it. Yes, it does look like a ship log. Shall we have a little look through it? The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been meticulously recorded. You would expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. Wait, what? And nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate a compliment. I'm not sure that's rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruhodo-san, even to a sailor. Anyway, last night long is mostly blank. For somebody that means there was nothing to report. I have something to say. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer! That wasn't a good start, was it? Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask you something of you? You little third-class lady maid! Third-class lady maid? Oh. You seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I'm not a sailor. My mother gave me name. I am senior crewman, baby Struganov. Struganov. Wow, the best thing is just the way I got it, I think. Oh, we can talk to him? Oh. Mr. Struganov, about this first-class cabin area. Here we are in a fine sport of brilliant steamship for... what sort of very important persons? Government official, kings, queens, traveling sons, secret man, ports and person. I feel I'm butchering so much of an accent. I'm so bad at it. That is why I'm also guarding this place. Gosh, that's amazing. But somehow all this stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in the ocean, but Stroganov is no animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering if the cabin next to Mr. Asogi currently occupied. Duh! I don't know if it's duh or ah. Or just ah. Susato-san? Did you understand that? It sounded like da, yes. I think it's probably Russian for yes. Or no. I assume it's yes. Genius. It is not permitted to visit out cabins without invitation. Okay. How did Shelmos get in? Not like this is somebody in the next door cabin at least. Yes, it's tantalizing. Tantalizing? 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 Can I ask about tantalizing? Could you tell us who's traveling to next cabin next to us? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylet. He's a very important person here, gentlemen. What's the gentleman? I'm gonna stop doing the accent thing, just I think it's making it least understandable. What are you talking about? No, think about it, he has nothing to do with his murder of a student boy. I can't be so sure about that. Mr. Roylet is authentic Western gentleman. I'm still doing it. Such a man will have no interest in lowly students from South Asia. I don't know, that was harsh. I missed completely what he said. Could you tell us when Mr. Royal came aboard? Yesterday, I guess. That is not your business. I guess yes, I come to think of it. Even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been cutting my cabin for the entire time. I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. You have a logbook. Presumably you can check the logbook. Presumably since this session is occupying one of the first class cabins. He must be rather important, is that right? Yes. That is not your business. And keep doing it, why? Why you keep doing it, brother? Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Stroganoff? The whole time. So criminals like you cannot come in, okay, idiot. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all? All sound automatic, I don't know why. It is said Bobby, student boy. Boy. Were you watching it last night as well? Of course. That of course. You notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Bliet? Sato-san, do you understand that? It was clearly a no. Yet. So nothing unusual, nothing at all. Okay, you didn't hear any strange noise? Oh, that look! A look to the left. Says anything that was wrong in some way. I see it! No! Sorry, jeez Louise. Not so sure. Could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. This is enough, I cannot say more, no more. It's time for me to report, Captain. You must return to your cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. The escape went a lobster whistle on top of the mountain, or as an English say, went a pig's fly. Okay, I understand. Good! Now we can investigate this area properly, shall we? Definitely. Now return to your cabin. Fuck no! Wait, what? We cannot? Beam me out of here. This is it. The cabin next door. The one to the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-san wrote that. It was a Speckled band, I imagine. Maybe whoever in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. I feel like they tried to knock out both of us. No, sorry. They tried to knock out, how do you call him? Him. Just him. Because they didn't know about my presence. So they tried to knock him out so they could discuss some, you know, interesting thing. No answer. Out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Wait. Is it? What was that? Came from the side of the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. Must have been a woman. Stand aside! I'm about to break the door down. Where the hell you come from, Jones? Were you already in it? I shan't be stopped. When the feet is on, I reveal kicking doors off my English. Okay, please, wait, Mr. Sean. The door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't? Then how the deuce can I dispatch his muscular edge? Can I kick? What a freak, can I kick the door? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Go. No, don't worry. This is the first class cabin number 2. Who are you? Listen, gentlemen, this man looks Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. Woman? Don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. True, this old man does appear to be the only person here. But in that case, who just screamed? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse me the intrusion, but you are Mr. Grisby Royalty, I believed. Yes, that's me, and you are? And the one and only the actual Hellnet Sholmes. You heard of me, no doubt? No. I'm a great detective among great detectives. Our is the cover of a popular magazine, no less. So I assure you might trust me completely. What? What the fuck is an ID? Your short story is an ID? Identification, the man uses the magazines like a business card. A detective? I don't trust detectives. You distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls? But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within her wardrobe this time. So it might be so bold as ask you to open that small traveling packs? What? Don't be stupid! How could anyone fit in small triangle, idiot? Well, it's quite fashionable these days. This is not traveling sides one track. Don't look at me! Oh my, did you see that? Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, the case just shook. Leave! No! Otherwise, I'll call Steward. So this is Kazuma Negro, Mr. Gracebo Royal. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. I couldn't agree more. Let's see if we can find some clues before that truly sailor returns. Do we simply converse? Last night! Mr. Royalty, we'd like to talk about something. No. Oh. I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now. Why don't keep doing the Russian stuff? This is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. But perhaps that great detective who gets us somewhere with my Mr. Royalto. Royalto? Okay, I guess we talk to Royalto because I feel like we're gonna just get stuck. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You only trust me as Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? Oh, well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing there? Well, I was resting, of course. The wardrobe? Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe list waiting for the inevitable time that you will need to call my great powers of deduction into service. Oh. It will seem that the hour is upon us, but the time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, no, actually, you are spot on, for once. Observe closely. What? Our Russian horse in his case cabin, Mr. Royalty is clearly trying to hide something. And so now... So you know what is effective in that evidence? Why? Sorry, I completely missed that. Why the truth, of course, the pravda! But it should be pointed out such matters are no exclusive for the Russian. Well, right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret sea guard so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please! Well then, what you are about to see may well astound you, if you say so. But I am about to apply my great detective, greatly admired great deduction to the case. Ace detective. Ace attorney detective. Could this man be a more hard-won portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? 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 From time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness or Russian on account of his dubiousness? I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone, to be honest. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes. What the hell is going on? Are you trying to deduce it? I know this man's beard and eyeglasses are hard to ignore, especially on first meeting, but I once read. It is capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. You bias the judgment. Wait, he's the spitting image of the journal. Shh! Must have complete silence. Well, not spitting, but you know. What are you doing? Why are you painting on my face like that? Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I've quite made up my mind now. Huh? Huh? There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott have reached two incontrovertible conclusion. What do you mean? Number one, your true identity is that of a villain. What? Using those shears, you are about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? I think he has a pet. Huh. And number two, that the conclusion I have drawn. You are, at this very moment, no less in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. Beneath that bed, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered. Are you trying to kill your pet? Does it not? Because it's illegal to have pets in this? Oh no, I never imagined I would witness one of Miss Holmes' great deduction with my own eyes. That was a great deduction. Maybe we can deceive Mr. Holmes, if you say so. In a single glance, he can boost all there is to know about a person. What? My ineffable twaddle! Oh yes. I read about it countless times in the adventure of Sherlock Holmes. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. It's like a dream come true. the Sherlock Holmes at home. I can hardly believe it. This could be a good meme, by the way. Sherlock Holmes at home. Well, all the color was ringing from Royal's face. It looks like somehow both of Mr. Holmes' conclusions were right. How? How could you? How could they possibly know such thing, you wish to say? I think I could be wrong. Very well then. I shall elucidate. I shall explain how it was I arrived at this pair of conclusion. Show me, so do I correctly invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. But put plainly, let us work through my introduction together. The great deduction. The game is afoot. Wait, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? On my identity. Conclusion. Oh. We doing the thing? We doing the thing! Guys, we're doing the thing! So the dubious looking Russian, Mr. Royalt, obviously. What catches the eye on the first place? That he looks nothing Russian. His enormous pail shears your hand. Now you ask yourself, what could you possibly want with such a needle? Okay, the answer of course is staring us in the face. What? You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away a copious beard, you sport. Now moving on. So he was trying to hide his identity, basically. Now moving on. The question that begged is, why would you decide to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Royalt? Once again, the answer is plain. We have a clear evidence shed light on the matter. You mean the newspaper? Take out, if you will, this morning newspaper, particularly a fascinating front-page article. Ahoy! Which is why it will appear you have read also, Mr. Royalto. Royalto? I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is the article about the revolutionary. In translation, the headline reads, "The revolutionary villain Mujieshi flees Russia via Shanghai." As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating father hell before it gave you away. You showed your true identity is beyond doubt. What? You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, William Bolshevik. I never heard of you myself, sir. I think it's a good conclusion. So far. Oh, he's done it all by himself. I didn't need to show anything. Topic 2, okay. We have topic 2, okay. Now as far as my second conclusion. Fuck. You are, at this very moment, on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. You try to kill your past, Roylott? And the proof of this crime over here there. What crime is it? Oh yes, Mr. Royalto. Taken unaware, people are propensity to let eyes astray. Wait, I think I got an idea. Actually, Number one, just wanna check something. No, you fucking serious? You cannot be serious. If we're gonna find a girl in it, well, really? Okay, let's go move on. And I assure you that I speak so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance unfolds. The proof of your crimes is before your very eyes. Yes, the traveling case. It's time I think that the case be opened and these contents laid bare. No, I refuse. Of course you refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation. A young lady, perhaps. One's like enough to feed therein. Don't be absurd. I thought it was a pet. Now that I read the journal, I was like, you're fucking serious. And what, pray, will be the identity of this young lady in the traveling case? Yeah, me? We're not well suited for a life of crime, are we? Your carelessness could the oil betrays you. Once again, we need to only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. There is a fucking record outside! Jesus Christ, there are fucking World War II outside, Jesus. Yeah, seriously, you refuse to open traveling case? I can equally be behind the page of this newspaper. Had the feeling? I was right. But there is another most stimulating piece. Ahoy! We turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Oh, mademoiselle. An all prime ballerina Tenomachi ballet disappeared from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. What? Your crime is that of abduction! According to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. Kidnapping of a young ballerina. Bling! Well done, Jack. Sherlock's. That concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of the Russian enigma. Elementary in Russian? I need to take some water. I need some water in me. Susato-san, that wasn't one of the great... I've been hearing so much. Was it? That wasn't one of the great deduction I've been hearing so much about, was it? Well, the stories are full of Mr. Holmes' brilliant deduction, you know. But that did seem a little different somehow. What do you mean? Excuse me, Mr. Holmes, could you come over here for a moment? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about your deductions. Would you mind... Not at all, go on. Well, to start with there's this newspaper article. I think we had the same discussion before, but... These two men look nothing like each other. Well, that's true, I actually agree with that. Ah yes, I recall our discussion earlier. And at the time, I believe I told you that the man is a revolutionary, was able to Russian his own appearance. In fairness to Mr. Holmes, Mr. Orwell does look more like this man than you do. That's true. That's not the point. And another thing, the part about him abducting the ballerina. Indeed, a totally startling revelation. At first glance, the case will appear too small to accommodate a young woman. Not just a fucking craze, just it's too small, clearly. So my first theory was better than his. You're lucky to fit a 5-year-old child into that case even if you push really hard. So it is a dog, so it is a pet. I don't suppose the missing ballerina is a 5-year-old child, is it? I mean, you don't know? Not the young lady is 15. I didn't know. That is too small. How could I? Well, if she's 15, then 10 years worth of error will be poking out from the case. Some years ago I read something pertinent, I believe. A troop of men consuming vinegar daily in order to promote a certain lightness in their bodies. Vinegar? For such a sour bunch, it will certainly be simplicity itself to contort oneself to a confines of that small case. Oh dear, you might be thinking of contortionists in circus, Mr. Holmes? Well, I don't know, this whole thing is turning into a circus. Yeah, it's giving me a headache after me myself too. This, Naruhodo, something occurred to me about Mr. Sholmes' action just now. I think his powers of elevation are, well, magical. His eyes cut to the heart of a matter almost instantly. It's just where he directs his attention, his logic that seem a little off. The other little may be little off itself, Mr. Susato. Anyway, it's just one of the two keys in these keywords in his deduction that seem to let him down. So I was wondering, we might perhaps tactically switch them for alternatives. What do you think? Switch some keywords into his deduction? Yes! Oh, that's the game you want me to fix. Tactically, if we sure if we could do that. Oh, look at the genius of Mr. Sholmes' great deduction. Precisely, thought I was going through my own mind. This man is a lot of work. Yes, it is. At time I wonder how anyone put out with me. Ha 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 ha. Ask Watson, don't ask us. So we are the rule about Watson. It's not that funny. Huh. Hey, you, my good fellow. Sorry. Take a moment to look at your wrist. My wrist? What? Where are your handcuffs? Huh? 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 How did I? I felt it may hinder your ability to follow me now around dance of deduction. I don't believe it. Mr. Sholmes, you are a marvel. Ahoy. And don't worry, I shall restore the shackles to your wrists when we are finished. I'm not worried. In fact, I'd rather stay like this.